Welcome back to See Ya.
See ya!
Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes down, and the game is tied.
I'm William Rosen.
I'm John Burke.
Deep to right field. There it goes! See ya!
Every New York sport, every minute. New episodes every Thursday.
Tune in to See Ya.
A New York sports podcast, which you can listen to on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, and Anchor.
You could also watch us on YouTube at See Ya, a New York sports podcast on YouTube. Welcome back to See Ya, a New York sports podcast. Taken from the legendary Michael K. phrase, there it goes, see ya. I'm William Rosen.
And I'm John Burke.
And we're coming to you live in person for the first time in ever.
Yes.
Ever. We haven't been in person since we started this. And John, this is technically our
1 year anniversary.
1 year anniversary. See Ya has been going strong. Relatively frequent since our beginning.
Yes.
On all platforms.
All platforms.
Covered the Knicks, the Yankees, a little bit of the Rangers,
Jets,
the Jets,
the
the Giants, a little Mets.
The bubble,
The bubble. We started last year talking about...
Yeah, we were just bored, I think our first episode was schedule predictions for Jets and Giants, and last Wednesday schedule came out. So this Wednesday was pretty 1 year-ish.
1 year of See Ya. It's been a great ride. We love talking about our sports friends, especially what we'll get into today. And that's going to be mostly, still, we've been frequently talking about our friends the Knicks.
Yes, it's hard not to talk about the Knicks. We want to talk about other things.
Mm-hmm.
But when, the Knicks are just good and no other team is that good except for the Islanders, and we're not really Islanders fans, we talk about the Knicks.
See Ya was first uploaded on May, let's see, May, I believe, 10th, but I could be wrong.
Yep, that's 1 year and 4 days.
1 year, 4 days, May
100
10th, that week I remember. We started, I made the promo for it.
Yeah, 369.
369
days. Because 365 plus 4. Today's the 14th.
369.
Yep.
Good math, Joe.
Thank you. That's nice.
Today we're going to be talking about Knicks playoff contention and what the possibilities are.
Yes.
Today is May 14th. This may be uploaded May 14th or May 15th, depending on timing. But it will be out either before or after tonight's Knicks game.
Yes.
So the Knicks have they did exactly what I said. I'd be perfectly fine if they went 500 on the road trip, and they went 3-3 on the road trip.
And it was like a disappointing 3-3.
It was a
which is sort of a good thing.
Yeah, because I thought they were gonna lose the game. I thought they were gonna lose the Clippers game, lose the Lakers game, which they ended up doing thanks to
some unclutch shooting at the end
by who was it? Wesley Matthews, former Knick.
Well, he made a clutch. He made a clutch putback.
Taylor Horton-Tucker.
Taylor Tucker hit some clutch shots. Julius is not the clutchest player, as we know. We did not play good offense in the final minute.
There was a decent amount of skepticism going into the road trip.
Yes, well, we were flying high. We had 2 straight wins on the Rockets and the Grizzlies. As Clyde says, in order to be a good team, you got to beat the teams you're better than.
No, it's more, you got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat.
Yeah, you got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat, man. That's really bad.
Yeah, that was last week was better.
Yeah.
But maybe we get a second chance.
Maybe we get that one later.
There was a big change in the Knicks' momentum. Alex Burks was back, and then he re-injured.
He hit his knee.
He hit his knee.
Yeah.
And so he was out for the whole road trip. I think it was, unless it was the first game he was there.
Yeah, everything except for the Lakers game was about Burks. Did Burks play in the Lakers game?
No, Burks didn't play. His first game back was when he did 30. Was that his first game back or second game back?
No.
And that's why we have our handy-dandy computers here.
He did. Wait, this is your iPad.
And if there are any if there are any cars and motorcycles, my apologies. We do live in the city, the Big Apple. Anything with with Alec Burks? He had 30 points in what was it, last night's comeback or 2 nights ago's comeback? Was that last night?
Spurs game?
Yeah.
It was 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago?
Yeah.
No, that was last night.
That was last night, yeah.
Oh, so the Knicks don't play. I'm sorry.
They don't play that.
Oh, we're messed up with our whole timing.
I also thought they
The Knicks play on tomorrow, Saturday, so this will be uploaded before the Knicks game, so we
Yes.
can talk about it as it is currently. So, yes, the Knicks, their road trip started at Houston, which they took care of business, as we thought they would. And then they went to Memphis, which they also took care of business. And then an unfortunate loss, but this one, it was really bound to happen.
The Lakers one?
No, the Nuggets one.
Oh, yeah.
That was bound to happen.
Yeah.
They're better, and there had to be a time where we were going to lose by a large margin. We haven't lost by a large margin in a long time.
2 straight games.
It happened 2 straight games against Denver and Phoenix. The highest score in the Denver game was actually Quickly with 18, as well as Randall picking up.
Yes, Jokic just killed us in the first half, but it was pretty silent in the second half. Right?
It was just they're better than us.
Yeah, they're just better than us. Michael Porter Jr. is too good,
And you know who played great? I think he had
Rivers.
5. Rivers played great. Falco Campazzo.
Yeah,
Pardon me
the Argentine guy.
if I'm butchering his name. I apologize.
Yeah,
but
I'm not gonna say it.
Campazzo, I know it's Campazzo. It has to be Campazzo. He looked really. You know who he reminds me of?
No.
Do you remember the guy Marcellus Huertas on the Lakers? No. Well, Marcellus Huertas was a Spanish player, very scrappy. He was on. Remember that shot where he threw it above his? No.
Oh yeah. I do remember that. You like scrappy guys.
Yeah, I do.
You like to get scrappy. Yeah.
But then the Knicks ended up going to L.A. for a back-to-back against the Clippers and Lakers, and which originally the 3 that I thought we were going to win were the first 3 and lose the last 3. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, lose the last 3, and that didn't happen. They lost the Denver and Phoenix game. They won the Clippers game. They played real well.
Yeah, they played.
They really stopped Paul George and Kawhi.
Yeah, they played really bad.
The best player in that game was actually Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
and he's
Derrick
been
Rose was nuts.
besides last night, Thursday night, he's been healthy, right, John?
Yes.
He's looked consistent. I think it's an ankle injury, which he did injure, but I also would assume they're trying to not give him.
No. I read that it was more rest.
Yeah, more rest. That's what
It was more rest than the actual injury.
Mm-hmm. I think it was more of a. You don't need to play that much right now, even though.
Yeah, it was more rest. Like, it was more, not load management.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was load management, but it was, abundantly cautious.
Uh-huh. So, Derrick Rose had 24, and then followed by Los Angeles Lakers loss, which we touched upon. Horton Tucker and Matthews.
Yeah. Well, there's, how Wesley got the putback?
Yep.
No one, the replay, I showed a replay, and I see that he's just, bursting through Rose.
Yeah,
and then I think to myself, why is Rose in the game? Because this play was an inbounds play.
You need a big man for that, right?
Why isn't Ntilikina in the game instead of Rose?
Or even I don't know, forward?
No, I know. But why was Rose in the game in a defensive possession when he's not bad? He's just not that good on the defensive end.
And if you saw the replay, if Rose just got a little more force on that, the ball would have been out of Wesley's hands.
Yes, and we would have won, and we would have a very different outcome on the next right. We'd have a very different outlook.
And once again, we're not complaining. Of course, we're not there in the playoffs, and we never expected that. But we'll bring you through the ultimatums and what's going to happen if you want to go to the standings and explain what the current situation today is.
So right now, as we speak,
go through 1, 2, in the Eastern.
May 14th, 2021, the first seat is the Sixers, second seat is the Nets, third seat is the Bucks, 4 is Hawks, 5 is Heat, 6 is your New York Knicks, 7 is the Celtics, 8 is the Hornets, 9 is the Pacers, and right now 10 is the Wizards. Although they say the Bulls have a chance, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, the Bulls are 2 games behind the Wizards, who, besides 2 drastic losses, and they were really bad for us, actually, to the Hawks, the Wizards have looked great.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook.
Both their games against relatively.
Who the Wizards have 1 or 2 more games?
2 more.
2 more games. They're going to be playing. It doesn't really. I mean, I guess it matters. I'd like to see the Wizards in the playoffs, which they are play in.
Well, I'd rather see the Bulls. To be honest.
You rather see the Bulls?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just putting this here. People don't really talk about it. If you watch any Wizards games, I don't know, they were on national TV, NBA TV, and ESPN.
Yeah.
Former Knick, and one who we talk about a lot, I really love him, Robin Lopez.
Yeah.
He's been playing more minutes.
Yeah, he's like the hook shot.
Yeah, he has that really...
Clyde's like, folks, he's the hook shot in his repertoire, folks.
He's looked real good. He does. There's no mark on the shot, but he always makes.
Yeah, I was like looking at him. He's like real. He's not overpowering. He's not yet strong.
And I was looking at his stats for his career. He averaged 11 points or so for the Knicks in that one season.
Yeah,
he started all.
That's
82
almost
games.
as good as Alfred Payton. Alfred Payton, he actually didn't. We rarely diss on him because we don't really mind. He's been horrible.
He did not. Days. Well, he doesn't look very good.
He looks horrible right
now.
Well, after we go through this, we should give our playoff rotation.
Okay.
What we would do as the coach.
That sounds like a plan. The Knicks' final 2 games, and the time was announced a couple of days ago. It's going to be Saturday. Now it's Saturday tomorrow, May 15th, against Charlotte at 1 at home, and Boston the next day at 1 as well. Want to explain the playoff situation?
Yes. So, the Knicks have 2 more games. If we win both the games, I'm quite confident we could beat a 4 seed. Because you're telling me, okay, who did the Heat have? They have the Bucks and who else?
Okay. The Heat have the
Bucks and the Pistons.
Bucks
so that's at 8 o'clock on Saturday. Our eyes will be on that game. If they lose that game, the Bucks, and then we go into Sunday with the chance to beat the Celtics to beat the 4 seed, I mean, that would be, it's the dream.
The other outcome, we talked about this, the Knicks win both games. That brings them to 41-31, right? The Heat win, they have how many, 1 game left? The Heat? 2. The
one
Heat,
against the Bucks.
The Heat win 1 of those games. They get to 5. They stay at 5. And the Hawks... No, I'm sorry.
No.
No matter what...
The Hawks would have to collapse to be the 6th seed.
The Hawks have 2 games.
Yes, they'd have to lose.
They
have 1. The Hawks have 1.
They have 1 game, I'm sorry. If they lose that game, it's against the Cavs, so...
No, it's against the Rockets.
It's against the Rockets, I'm sorry. If the Hawks lose that game, they go to 40-32. All right? If we get to 41-31, we automatically go, and we also have the tiebreaker, if you just informed me.
We have the tiebreaker. That's really what's important.
So I'd be good. We want to play the Hawks.
Yeah, we want to play the Hawks.
We want to play the Hawks, the Heat,
or anyone but the Heat,
and anyone but.
I would be the 4 seed against them, but I would not. I'd rather be the 6 seed against like a 3 seed than a 5 against.
This is the question we've been talking about a lot. Would you rather play the Bucks
as the
Bucks as the 6, or the Heat as the 5, or even the Heat as the 4?
Yeah, it goes. Well, I'd rather be the 4 seed no matter what. Yes.
Well, then we can't play the Bucks, which is...
Yeah, it's okay. But the Heat are really hot. I mean, they're really...
No pun intended?
No pun... Seriously?
No pun intended?
No pun intended. No matter who they play, I think they make it past the first round. No matter who they play. That's not a hot take.
What if they end up playing the Bucks?
They'll beat them. And
that's a hot take. John's hot take.
I don't care who they play. They will beat them. The Sixers are good... But, I mean, how good are they in the playoffs, Their point guard, I don't know. I feel like we'd have a good... I feel like we can make it 6 games with the Sixers. The Bucks, I think, is the worst matchup for us.
In the second round.
First round. It's not possible.
We can't play them.
I understand that. But I'm just saying, out of those 3 teams, the top 3, I think that's our best matchup. The Bucks is probably our worst. Because they had the best defender in the league, Mm-hmm. It shut down our best player. And then RJ, Drew Holiday.
But the other thing is the Hawks recently have been really good. Their shooting, Bogdanovich, has looked... I mean, anything that man shoots goes in.
Yeah.
And as well as Trae Young, he's looked really really good. John Collins, he's shooting almost 40% from 3-land.
Yeah, well, I haven't watched one of the games. But I've actually watched the end of the game that was on NBA TV. And Westbrook, he played horrible. He got triple-double.
He didn't play horrible.
Well, I mean, he shot.
He shot, especially that last shot.
Well, his percentages. What do you think he shot in that game?
John will find that. But in the play-in right now is looking like it's going to be Celtics Hornets or Celtics Pacers. They're tied, depending on the last couple of games.
No, I was wrong to say that. He was 10 of 22. He didn't shoot that bad.
10 for 22?
Yeah, it's not horrible.
That's not bad. For Russ, also?
Yeah,
He's not the best
yeah.
shooter. And it looks like the Wizards are going to...
That's like 48%. It's not horrible.
The Wizards are going to stay in 10th no matter what, unless something drastic happens with the Bulls. There was a pretty big... I don't know, pretty big, but the Knicks really stepped it up recently. Even with these couple of losses, they really have stepped it up.
Yeah, they played yesterday's game. Was a big...
They collapsed.
They collapsed, but then they came back,
Mm-hmm.
showed some grit, and I was saying to myself, the Spurs did not miss. They kept on saying the defense was imploding. A lot of those shots, but
Can I give you? And I talked about this today, not with you. I think a really underrated player coming out of the NBA soon. I don't know if you watched yesterday. Keldon Johnson on the Spurs.
Yeah.
He looks really good out of UNC.
UNC.
No?
Keldon Johnson.
Didn't they talk? UNC, I'm sorry, Kentucky. Right? Because that's why Coach Cal was there. They touched about that.
Keldon Johnson. Is that the guy on the Spurs?
Yeah.
Coming out of the NBA.
I mean,
he's a good player. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
What do you think I mean? From Ghana?
I thought you meant he's coming out of,
I know, I said coming out of the NBA.
I thought you meant Keon Johnson.
No, I mean Keldon Johnson.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah,
a lot of people think he's better than RJ.
I don't know about that.
I haven't watched enough Spurs games to say anything really about him.
So we always update you with the splits of the team.
Yes.
Everybody is still doing their part. Julius is averaging 24 in the dot, 10.2 boards, almost 6 assists. Nerlens, a steal again.
Yeah.
And 2.1 blocks. That's second in the NBA.
Yeah, the steals thing's funny because they're not conventional steals.
It's more
there's more just alley-oops that he just intercepts.
Which is long
a steal.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Or even
a little poke.
He
usually
with his
football punch.
With his long arms.
Yes. He has great merch, folks. The Nerlin wall, it's really good. It's a great idea. Great marketing. Just whoever his manager is a great guy.
And
it's great.
You want to tell him?
What?
We actually saw.
Yes, we saw Nerlens Noel at a Krispy Kreme in the Flatiron District. We want to thank Nerlens for his great personality. William took an unwarranted photo.
I took an unwarranted photo.
Our friend made him grossly uncomfortable.
But my friend did take a picture with him.
Unconsensual picture, too.
Oh, no, our friend was consensual.
I don't know. He forced it. It was a forced photo.
He said all right.
He said all right, because what was he going to do?
No donuts. I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah, what was he going to say? I got to leave, man. I got Coach Tips and let me eat that glazed donut, man.
Oh, man. We have some more things to talk about, including what we think the playoff lineup is going to be.
Yes, what we would do.
What we would do. But before that,
our sponsor.
Let's hear from our sponsor, Anchor. Thank you, Anchor, for sponsoring this week's episode as usual.
Yes.
They really allow us
guys.
They allow us to distribute and edit our podcast.
Yes.
With lots of ease.
Yes.
But now let's talk about our rotation ideas and anything that we would actually switch.
Yes. Of course, these will not happen because Thibs will not take Payton out of the starting lineup.
No way.
No.
So we both think for point guard.
Okay. Well, I think what we think is different. You go first. Mine's different.
My idea for point guard is he's gonna keep Payton, but I would put Rose in as starting point guard. His is drastically different than mine, and his is more controversial than mine. You've
you don't even know mine. Mine's different.
Do we?
No, I have a different.
Well, then we'll say his third one. I believe Rose at point guard. You want me to do the whole thing?
Yeah, you do the whole thing.
Rose at point guard. Barrett shooting guard. Burks small forward. Julius and Noel have Bullock come as 6th man, 7th man quickly, and if you need Gibson and then Payton.
Okay, here's my take. First of all, you forgot Obi. So.
Obi, well then,
we
don't. There's no room for Obi unless you substitute him for Payton.
There you go. Wait, point guard for the starting rotation. Alec Burks.
This is what I thought.
Well, I thought.
Explain why.
Okay, well, Payton is just not playing well right now. Unless he shows something in the next 2 games, I'm actually out of here. Of the rotation. And plus, Burks is like Payton's in there because he's a good defender. Like Burks had a double-double last year.
And Burks is a very good ball handler.
Yeah, Burks can really. He's really good at distributing. He's a good playmaker. He's a good playmaker. And if we really wanted to, go crazy, Barrett can play the point. If we wanted to do that, he's done it.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't even have.
Guard?
I wouldn't even have. Oh, we forgot about Ntilikina, who's been.
Yeah.
We forgot to even mention him. Oh, I'll let him speak.
Shooting guard, Barrett.
Mm-hmm.
Small forward, Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
Power forward, Randall.
Mm-hmm.
Center, Noel.
Mm-hmm.
Point guard on the bench.
So this is the 6-man, or is it just the point guard on the bench?
Well, it's 6-man, yeah. Point
Okay.
guard, Rose. Shooting guard, Quickly. Okay, this is controversial. But let's have Frank, Quickly, and Rose play together. How big is Frank? He must be like 6'7".
Frank Ntilikina is 6'4".
Okay, well, okay.
That really changed everything.
That changes something.
He doesn't feel 6'4". He
No,
feels at least
he
6'6"
plays a lot
or
bigger.
6'5".
Okay, well, my idea is, why don't we have the 3 guards play together and play some small ball? Or
Why?
well, I'll tell you why.
If we play
First of all, I
Atlanta,
don't
no,
want-
Clint Capella is too dominant on the boards for small ball.
This is the bench.
Who's the backup big?
Taj.
Okongwu? No, Atlanta.
Oh, Kungwu. They don't have. They're
don't-
big. They're big like Taj.
Yeah.
He's a power forward. And power forward Obi, center Taj Mahal. But
Hashtag Mahal man. Or
Look.
Goggles Gibson.
yes, or I would just keep the same thing if that doesn't work. Or we can do swap. See, the problem with Ntilikina at point guard is he's just not a good point guard. But I've seen the past couple games, what I've seen, he's been a great shooter. Why
Relatively.
can't he play shooting guard? Why can't he play shooting
Well, he's
guard?
been relatively great. He has.
Yeah, why
he
can't-
always airballs his first shot.
I don't. No, not these past 2 games. The problem why he doesn't play is he's not a good point guard. He can't orchestrate. He's not a playmaker.
And, he can't ISO at all.
No, he's a 5 shooter. Why can't he be a shooting guard?
He can. Or you do this route. And I'll talk
Well,
about...
Quickly plays shooting guard. He's like 6.
Yeah, or we do this, which I don't think... You want Bullock starting or Burke starting or both?
Bullock. Well, but I mean both.
On your
that's
rotation?
what I would do on my rotate. Look, it depends who we play. If we play the Hawks, who are relatively a small team,
Mm-hmm.
who's their shooting guard on their bench? Like, not Solomon Hill.
It's,
It's the guy from LSU. Like, that guy's so small. The guy's like 6. Tremont Waters?
let me tell you right now.
I can look at their roster
Right here. Okay, so the starting is Young
Skylar Mays.
Scott. No. It's
Trae Young.
Kevin Herter or Lou Will.
No. Kevin Huerter starts.
Lou Will. When he's healthy.
Is Hunter back?
Hunter is back. Yes.
Is Reddish back?
Reddish is back. Yes.
Well, that means
I think
who was starting?
One of them might be out.
Well, who was starting?
According to the depth chart on ESPN, I'll give you the exact depth chart. Trae Young, Bogdanovich, Herter. I'm sorry. Trae Young, Bogdanovich, Hunter, John Collins, Capella starting.
Okay. Wait.
Second. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it says here that shooters are small forward. How tall? He must be like 6'5".
Schroeder?
No,
He's
Huerter.
Herter.
Huerter, no Huerter. Why didn't you just click on him?
Oh, well, his height is 6'7".
What? That's unbelievable. See, okay, but like if you put Ntilikina on him, you telling me he couldn't guard him?
Oh, no, I think Ntilikina could guard him very well. Especially
Yeah.
when he reaches in sometimes, but that's how he plays. We apologize for the sirens if you can hear that, if it picks it up.
Yes, maybe there was some crime. But we don't like crime.
Or a medical emergency.
Yeah, no, we don't like those. Those are unpleasant. They ruin your day.
And we'll let this guy pass. Because we're polite and respectful.
I pay my respects.
All right, looks like
Well,
that's
looks like we're all good. I pray for that guy.
So you have, I think, Ntilikina. And here's
This is
the
situation.
What about Obi? What are you doing with Obi?
Okay, I like Obi a power forward.
And this is only if we're playing the Hawks.
It's a bit different. We played a
Bucks.
Heat or the Bucks. This can't happen. It's gotta be the current.
Uh-huh.
It can't happen.
And then I assume Knox is just still going.
Yeah, no, Knox is not playing. Well, if we went, look, if Knox would shoot better,
He doesn't even shoot that.
if he would, not even that. If he was just like, I don't know. If he's the better defender, he'd be in there.
Knox this year hasn't gotten much time, but he's actually...
Well, he got a lot of time. Until Rose.
He's shooting 39.3% from 3, which is really good for unlimited minutes.
The problem with him is the defense.
The defense.
Which is not bad. There's not one player on our team that is bad at defense.
You know who's been, I think the player who's really given us this extra step, and they talk about it all the time on the broadcast. Oh, speaking of broadcast, congrats, Mike Breen.
Yes, congrats.
Mike Breen elected to the Hall of Fame today, I think, or is it going to be tomorrow? We're a little unsure.
Friend of the podcast.
We have, we love Mike Breen. We talk about him a lot, at least. I think that gave us this next step is going to be Taj Gibson. I mean,
no one really okay, this is a big question. If Mitchell was ready, would you want him to play over Taj?
Taj, yes.
My question, my answer is no.
No?
No.
Explain why.
I like Taj. He's the heart and soul of the team.
And I assume you're keeping
He brings
Noel
the most
starting.
energy. Yeah, Noel's starting.
So
even if Mitch came, well, they could split. If they need some offense,
What do you think about this for next year?
For next year, Mitch has got to play. Mitch is, it may be a blessing in disguise that Mitch got hurt. He's going to ask for a lot of money if he didn't get hurt.
Same thing. I mean, I think the Knicks probably will target John Collins.
I don't know.
No, you don't like that?
Why?
Because he's a good.
No, I don't want to play something.
If they don't extend
on the bench,
if they don't give Julius that much money.
Julius is his extension is not even that much. He's done nothing.
Not if they re-sign him on a different deal, which he's going to ask about.
Yeah, his extension's not that much.
What is it? 25? 26?
Yeah, if he doesn't even make All NBA this year, it's like a $2 million increase.
Which we take that.
It's nothing.
So let's get back to business playoff wise. The Knicks are going to play either as the 6th seed, which
they're going to play either the Hawks, the
Bucks, or the Heat.
Well, they play the Nets. No one want to get back.
They can't play the Nets, which I really don't want. He wants that.
Okay, my idea is we're going to lose for the 6th seed anyways. We may as well make it entertaining.
I don't think that's...
And also, we have a better matchup against the Nets, in my opinion.
What?
That's just my...
Explain how we have a better matchup. With them healthy, they're now healthy.
Huh?
They're all healthy now.
Look, it's just my opinion,
Okay,
let's go quickly. It's going to be torture.
Who guards Kyrie? Frank?
William, it's just going to be torture if we play the Bucks. They're going to...
I really think it would be...
I honestly think they might sweep us.
How? Explain.
Because, first of all, it's going to be torture because Julius is going to be horrible. He's going to be horrible.
Just because he has to guard Giannis.
No, because Giannis has to guard him.
And we're okay.
And then... I guarantee you Brooke Lopez would kill us. Drew Holiday, they just they have good defense. The one thing about the Nets, they do not play good defense.
Well, now I know you don't really watch the Nets, right?
No, but their best 3 players don't play defense.
Have you heard or at least watched
Nick Claxton?
Nick Claxton.
I know they're
whoa. Mike, have you heard
James?
of him? Mike James.
Yeah, he's on the bench.
I know.
Yeah, the bench. Yeah, the starters.
They're really good
starters.
Starters. No defense, really. Except
No.
KD gets a block in there.
Oh, no, because KD's huge, But James Harden's not that bad at defense. He tries.
He tries. He got a bad rep a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he was very bad at defense a couple years ago. And he's a lot improved. But Kyrie just doesn't try.
So...
You know what? We don't want to say it like this, but if we play the Nets, maybe some personal reasons, rise, maybe we have a chance. For Kyrie, maybe some personal reasons.
Oh.
But we hope nothing goes wrong.
With his stick.
With anything. But if some personal reasons arose, that wouldn't be the worst thing.
What's up with Rose, folks?
I have no pun intended. But personal reasons.
I'm going to bring up something that we didn't even think about, okay?
Yeah.
Right now, the Knicks have the 6th best record in the East, and I think that equivalents to technically the
7 in the West.
No, I think that they have the 13th best record
in the NBA. Well, yeah, I can check it right now.
So technically, I'm not 13th. 1, 2, 3.
William, 1,
13th
2,
best.
3, 4,
So
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yes.
13th or something.
Yes,
best record.
Yes.
So which means they get the 16th pick if I did the math correctly. Right?
The what?
16th or 15th or 14th pick
Of what?
of this NBA draft. Or what is it? I would assume it's the 17th pick.
It depends how far you go in the playoffs.
He's wrong. It's record.
I'm wrong?
You're 100% wrong. It's best record.
Okay.
Best record gets the worst pick.
Okay, I didn't know.
You didn't know that?
No.
Best record gets the worst pick.
That's sort of odd.
And then we also get that Mavericks pick. I'm just looking for the future, but
I understand that. Yeah.
we really remember at the beginning of the year we thought the Mavs were going to do really bad.
Yeah, well, they were doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what my opinion is?
What?
If a team like the Rockets gets the first pick, and they have John Wall, and they're not gonna. I think it'd be sort of dumb if they drafted a point guard because they got all that money there.
And you're saying they would keep John Wall?
But they can't trade John Wall. Who's taking that contract? They basically they took the contract. They trade Russ.
They really got nothing from any of those trades.
I know,
it's really
sort of sad.
depressing. They got nothing for Russ. They got nothing for Harden, and they just picked up John Wall.
And they got nothing.
The only good one, I guess, is Christian Wood.
Actually,
but they also
no. You're Kelly Olynyk's pretty good player. That's not even a joke.
It's not a joke, but I don't want him being the best player on that team.
No, but for Oladipo, Oladipo can't even.
Well, he's not on the team anymore.
I know Oladipo can't do
They
that.
didn't get anything for him.
Well, I mean, it turns out it was.
They didn't even get
turns
Karras.
out it was a good thing.
Oladipo's gone for next season.
That's
probably.
sort of sad. Would you be opposed to signing Oladipo now?
No. I know. Yes, I would be opposed. I'm sorry.
But not for a max. It's like a little.
He can't play next year.
Like a 2-year contract.
So you want him on a bench ride for money? He can't play 2021, 2022.
Well, I guarantee you could probably pay in the playoffs. I'm just saying that's not even the point.
I pay him $6 million.
Yeah, I'm saying that. Well, who's paying him more?
No one.
Exactly, that's the point.
Nah, I wouldn't risk it actually.
Okay, but what's the other? Okay, I was talking about the Cade thing.
Cade Cunningham.
Yes.
All right.
So, if the Rockets have the first pick.
Okay.
What if we trade our pick, the Dallas pick,
So that's going to be like 13 and 24.
and Obi for that pick? And
They're not
Cunningham.
accepting that. There's no way they accept it. We have to throw in
More
a
picks.
pick.
Throw in every Dallas pick. I don't care. Cade Cunningham he is the missing
So
piece.
then,
Cade Cunningham would be the missing piece. Do you know how much he'd
would you
elevate
rather
our
Cade
team?
Cunningham or with no give up, or with give up, or DeMar DeRozan with no give up?
They're completely different players.
No, I know, but we already have quickly could run the point if Derrick Rose.
No. We
You don't-
need an elite point guard.
Are you saying without Rose coming back?
Well,
I know he's
Rose
old.
is not an elite point guard.
I'm trying to say he wasn't a late point guard, but I'm just saying we have.
Well, you just replace Peyton with Cade.
Oh yeah, no, that's a beautiful idea. Peyton's gone.
He's gone.
I think his contract's done.
See ya. He's gone.
See ya on New York Sports Peyton.
Yeah, I don't understand. I would give a lot for Cade. He is the missing piece, and I think that's a better idea. Give up stock for him than it is to get like Lonzo. Although I don't know. I don't think it might just be me, John. But Lonzo's good, but I'm not giving up so much for him. I'd pays 18. You wouldn't even pay that.
For me, at least, he's not worth $18 million.
You're saying, but that's not what he's gonna get. He's gonna get like 20.
I think there's
Well, who's
just,
gonna
I think
offer
there's
to you?
just a feel around him that he's uber good, and he's
good.
But I'm not giving him that much money, and
He's
I
a
don't.
good
And he wouldn't be our. Let's say we re-sign Julius. We happen to sign DeMar.
I don't want DeMar.
You don't want DeMar?
Why would we want DeMar? Well, I want my idea. Why don't we just re-sign everyone and keep all the money for 2022?
And then we get another year of 6th seed, which is fun.
No, we can add people in the draft.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think that's going to elevate us to.
We're
The
even
thing-
but
we have
even
to
if we
get-
get DeMar, it's not going to elevate us to the
Well,
Bucks of the world.
we have to just compete with Brooklyn and the Bucks.
I don't know. We have to compete for our division. Now, if you take out the Sixers, Nets, and Bucks, we have to. Well, that's 9 games. Not the Bucks, the Heat.
The Heat.
That's 9 games. If you take out if you split those games, we're the three seed
The games that we lost?
between the Bucks, not the Bucks.
What are you trying to say?
The Nets, the Sixers, and the Heat. We got swept in all of those series. All those games, except for one Sixers game, was relatively close.
Mm-hmm.
We split those games, we're the 3 seed.
We are the 3 seed.
So it's not that much of a difference. Like, it's a couple shots. Like, think about some games that are really close.
Mm-hmm. Especially like
The
those,
Timberwolves
the
game.
Timberwolves game, and
That was horrible.
what was it? There was
a Nets game that was really bad. There was a Celtics game.
Remember? I don't know if you remember. It was a little while ago. It was the Memphis overtime game?
We won.
Not Memphis overtime. It was the Philadelphia overtime. My apologies.
Yes, that one.
That one on
all
March.
that was in it. The Sixers,
Mhm.
the Nets, the Heat. All those games were really close except for one Sixers. It was the first Sixers game.
Mhm.
It's the second game of the year,
Exactly.
I believe. What was the score of the second game of the year?
Oh no, I think you're mistaken. That's 109, 108. There was I think you're thinking of this Sixers sequence. One we lost by 3, and then one we lost by 1.
So all games against the Sixers were close.
Yeah, except the first one.
What was the first one? I said it.
They lost by 20.
Yeah, I said the first one was not close at all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so if you take out those games and you split them in half, even if we take 3 out of the 9, we're the 3 seed.
But right now, what do the Knicks have to concentrate on? Winning these 2 games.
Yeah, so it's not. What you're saying about getting nervous, it's not that much to get up there. I think we can compete with these teams.
And,
You know,
and especially this season, everything's like in a loop. Everyone could lose a game.
Look, we could trade up into the lottery, and would not be hard. Trade our 2 picks. I think that would be enough to trade up to the
So
lottery.
at least 4, I'd say.
Huh?
5th pick.
No.
6, 7?
No, like 10.
10.
That's enough.
I'd say 7. Give me a 7.
What's a comparison trade? Remember the Pelicans-Hawks trade a couple years ago?
Pelicans.
They gave up 2 picks.
Oh yes, they did.
But I think they were both in the lottery, though. I think it was like they picked
I guess you
Jackson.
could say, well, for future picks or just 1 year?
Just
this
1
year.
year.
I can't think of that off the top of my head.
Well, I remember they got Jackson Hayes and Nikhil Alexander-Walker.
Which is, they're playing very well.
Look, if we got this year like Kyra Lewis Jr. and you can get that.
I love
You
that.
know my opinion. I would really love Davion Mitchell.
Davion Mitchell. But some people don't like him.
I don't know. I don't know how you can't. Well, I understand you can't.
Yeah. So right now we have 2 games against the Hornets and the Boston Celtics. Need a win, and we're going to be rooting against
The Heat.
the Heat. And
I don't really care.
The Heat and the Hawks.
The Hawks, whatever the Hawks, it doesn't really matter.
But we'll get back to you next week. We're going to talk about more Knicks. We're going to talk about
Yes.
the NFL draft that just happened
We'll talk about that next week.
and how everything has come about. We'll be in the playoffs. Wow.
Yes.
We're going to be in the playoffs. The Knicks are actually going to be in the playoffs.
What do you mean that starts Saturday, right?
The play-in Saturday.
No.
Oh, no, the
Tuesday.
play-in is next Tuesday, playoffs Saturday.
Yes.
Well, yeah. And, want to end it?
You know what, William? It's your house. You can do it.
In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good morning, and
Good
see
night.
ya. Oh, all right.